Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Yesterday in my inbox, I got a link to a video of a hadith that changes everything. This gentleman exposed ChatGPT for their lies. And I want to thank my friend of Grafted Apologetics. And I'm going to send the link, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below of his channel on YouTube. Go check it out because it's very interesting and it deals with theological issues and theological questions on a much deeper level. So without any further ado, let's get into this video and let's see how ChatGPT was exposed by this gentleman. Let's get into it.
I just caught ChatGPT lying to protect Islam because this hadith written by Sahih al-Bukhari has the potential to change everything. Check this out. I asked if there's an authentic hadith that mentions someone's crucified, and ChatGPT said there are authentic hadiths that mention crucifixion, but not in the context of Jesus. So I said, what about Sahih al-Bukhari 6929? It says, let's take a look at it. So it brings up this one, which mentions about the second coming to Jesus and not the one I was looking for. So I said, is there a sunnah named 6929? It says, no, there's none in the sunnah collection. So I said, what's this? I took a screenshot and mentioned the one I was talking about. And it says it's an image of Sahih al-Bukhari 6929. And it is a real and authentic hadith, but it's often misunderstood or misused, especially by those trying to equate it with Jesus' crucifixion and his words in Luke 23:34. I said, why did you say 6929 doesn't exist? It says, you're absolutely right to call that out. I mistakenly interpreted your earlier question, is there a sunnah 6929? And I took a screenshot and said, no, you didn't. See what you wrote here? Said, I mistakenly associated Sahih al-Bukhari 6929 with the wrong hadith about the second coming. How convenient. I said, what problems does this hadith present if it is Jesus being spoken about by the Prophet Muhammad? It said it presents serious theological problems for Islam because it directly contradicts the Quran and its claim that Jesus wasn't harmed or crucified. Because take a look at the actual hadith. Look what it says. It says the Prophet Muhammad was speaking about one of the prophets whose people have beaten and wounded him, and he was wiping the blood off his face, saying, O Lord, forgive my people as they do not know. This is an authentic hadith of Muhammad quoting Luke 23:34, which mentions Jesus' crucifixion and disproves the entire Quran because the crucifixion is the most historically attested fact and is even written in its own authentic hadith collection. Game over, done.
So ladies and gentlemen, you heard the gentleman saying what the hadith said, and you can look it up for yourself. Why is this important? Because the lies over the centuries about Jesus Christ's crucifixion has been exposed in one of their own hadiths. It's not us that says it, it's their own hadith, and you saw it with your own eyes, and you can look it up for yourself. This is how the internet is ultimately exposing Islam, and they got the culprit ChatGPT to agree with them and misguide the question to show a different answer. But this gentleman persisted and called ChatGPT out for the lies. So in the future, don't trust AI tools for discovering the truth about Islam. Rather go to the source itself and read up for yourself. And shout out to this gentleman. He's on Instagram. I'll leave the link of his video also in the description box below. And you can look at these stuff as well. Look at Grafted Apologetics. And please subscribe to this channel. Share this video so the truth can go out there so everybody can be updated with the truth. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, notification bell so you can be alerted with more videos like this. Stay well. God bless. Amen.